we must cruelly recognize that no one will make money for you. This is the primitive instinct deeply rooted in our genes, and the pursuit of the maximization of individual interests is our fundamental goal. Everyone is busy taking care of themselves. Who has the energy to worry about others' affairs? This is the greatest truth, and it is an obstacle we must experience as we move from innocence to maturity. Only by mastering the mindset of making money and understanding the essence of business can we better navigate our lives. We must admit that money is not everything, but it can solve 99% of problems. Making money is the most important and most difficult thing in this world. Most people who make money actually rely on luck. In the long run, the vast majority of people are in sync with the economic environment and the prosperity index of their own industry, fluctuating up and down. A small downturn in the economic cycle can send the vast majority of people back to their original state. The Zhang general manager people talked about yesterday is likely to become Zhang the craftsman tomorrow. Only those who can consistently make money are the ones who understand the logic behind making money, and such people are rare. Most people have experienced this. No matter how hard we try, making money is still very difficult, especially when the economic environment is bad. Every industry is fiercely competitive, and we must be fully alert every day to face various challenges. A moment of carelessness may lead to the ominous news of unemployment. With the elderly above and the young below, various loans come every month. How many people go to sleep with these anxieties? However, on the internet, there are everywhere secrets to easily make 1 million, leading you to make 260,000 in a week, and using GPT to easily earn 30,000. It seems that making money on the internet has become so easy and efficient that everyone no longer needs to work hard for a little income and can directly fire their boss to follow. Originally, the environment was not good. Everyone was facing daily life with pressure and anxiety, and the desire to make money was everyone's urgent wish. At this time, various website projects and projects that cut off the grass are flourishing. They bring a little spiritual solace to anxious people, like opium, giving them a moment of pleasure. But when the end comes, the just ignited hope is extinguished again, and we have to return to reality and continue to face the hard life, day after day. A cruel reality is that in this world, except for your parents and close relatives, no one can make money for you. The reason is simple, but many people have suffered many times and still do not understand. No matter how cruel the blows of life you suffer or how urgent your desire to make money is, you must be clear that if praying to the Buddha is effective, then you won't even be able to enter the temple gate. If farming can make money, then farmers will have no land to farm. If hard work can make you rich, even if you go out to pick nice soil, you also need to invite guests and give gifts to establish relationships. Making money silently is in line with the true nature of humanity. Any project that can make money, others will do it themselves and will not wait for you to share a piece of the pie. You cannot rely on others to make you rich. Even if you really make money later, it is never the original motivation of others. And there is a high possibility that you just happen to encounter a tuyere. Many projects sound very reasonable at first glance, but you don't know that it's something that many people have played with. If you join in all at once, you will either be fruitless, waste time, and it's better to work for a salary than to earn some strength money. Worst of all, you may even lose your capital and end up with nothing. For example, we often see bricklaying projects on the internet, moving videos from one platform to another and making a lot of money. At first glance, it seems interesting, but upon closer thought, many logical gaps can be found. Setting aside the motives of the information publisher, let's assume he is a living lay foam, not benefiting himself, a patent holder, hoping to help everyone make money. This model is undeniable that it was effective at first, but a method of making money with no technical content. If even this last bit of information gap is broken, can you still participate? You can negate this project with your eyes closed. Any money-making project can only be effective in a specific period and region, and cannot be effective forever, because projects that can make money will soon be copied and imitated. As the number of participants in the track increases, this money-making model will immediately become ineffective and turn into an involution model. The projects I mentioned earlier, cutting off the grass, are often of this kind. The hearted people take out ineffective projects to deceive outsiders and extract the last value. 10 years ago, e-commerce had abundant traffic that could be squandered at will, and now? Any traffic acquisition method is so difficult, traffic is so expensive that it is unimaginable, which is a project with a 10 trillion yuan track that is rare in decades. In just a few years, it has become so involutionary, let alone other smaller capacity tracks. The time window that can flow out may have to be calculated by days, and a month earlier or later is a world of difference. Who can guarantee that they are always the faster ones? Money-making projects cannot be copied, but money-making ideas can be learned. There is no identical money-making method in this world, only identical money-making thinking. What determines everything is the way we look at things, not the things themselves. What you can learn is not others' money-making projects, but the cognitive thinking behind making money. However, how many people can understand the logic behind it? The biggest gap between people is not wealth, but cognition. You can't make money beyond your cognition. The person who can see through the essence of things in half a second and the person who can't see through the essence of things in a lifetime are bound to have completely different fates. No matter how others package their projects or flaunt their money-making effects, true or false, it has nothing to do with you. Stay away from the hustle and bustle, and in the end, you only have to distinguish the prospects of the project through your own cognition to decide whether you can participate. Talking about projects without cognition is like a tree without roots, outwardly bright but inwardly empty, just a fleeting moment. Reconstruction of cognitive thinking, finding the essence of making money, is the first step to truly making money. This is not difficult, but it is not so simple, and it requires a process of practice. Behind any successful case you see are the predecessors who jumped out of their comfort zone, started with independent thinking, and bravely explored. Solitude is the norm of life, and pain is the force that inspires you to jump out of your comfort zone for reflection, which is a reverse human nature transformation process. If you want to succeed, you also have to go through this process, not just be a follower. The essence of business is a value exchange process, where both parties get what they need through transactions to complete a buying and selling act. If you are a seller, you provide products or services in exchange for the buyer's money. By completing this transaction, you make money. By increasing the number of transactions, you make more money, which is the foundation of all business models. Therefore, your thinking should never deviate from the most fundamental premise of providing valuable products or services to buyers, rather than being immersed in studying the various innovative means used by competitors. I highly advocate for the thinking method of first principles, starting from the project's origin to deduce our own business model, which is my methodological approach to thinking. In recent years, due to the influence of the world's richest person, Musk, the thinking method of first principles has been directly popularized. Currently, domestic large companies have already adopted this thinking method as the most important method for product development, improvement, and marketing. I have had the honor of witnessing a product from its inception to research and development, production, and sales, and have a deep understanding. The thinking method of first principles has played a huge foundational and directional role, greatly widening the gap between competing products, almost reducing the opponent to a state of defeat, destroying everything. What is the first principle? This concept originated from the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle. He believed that there is a fundamental proposition in each system that cannot be violated or deleted, and it is the starting point for deducing everything through the deductive method. The first principle has applications in many disciplines such as philosophy, physics, mathematics, chemistry, law, economics. It advocates using the thinking of physics to view the world, analyze problems, look through phenomena to the essence, and pursue the origin of it. In plain language, this means taking a certain fact or truth as the starting point of our thinking, conducting logical deduction, and thus deriving conclusions. Using the first principle to grasp the fundamental premise of target customer needs for business model evolution is the basic framework of business. Of course, this kind of thinking requires a continuous learning and strengthening process. Its benefits are that it can enable us to break free from the bondage of empiricism, no longer be confused by various external forms, make bold innovations, and not go astray until we achieve our ultimate goal. As a result, age is no longer a disadvantage in business, and young people can compete boldly with experienced middle-aged and elderly entrepreneurs on the same track. The outcome is no longer experience, but the rigor of the deductive process and the subsequent execution and operation. Musk and Jobs are typical representatives of the application of the first principle, and their achievements are also world-renowned. Musk's projects have a huge industry span, from PayPal to SpaceX, from neuroscience Neuralink to Tesla, and all have achieved great success. From the perspective of the experience that a predecessor could only achieve success by focusing on one field for a lifetime, this is an impossible task. Without a scientific way of thinking, it is really hard to imagine, which further verifies the effectiveness of the first principle cognition. When you truly understand the essence of making money, you have already surpassed 99% of people. You will find that there are not a lack of projects in life, but too many projects. Each era has its own dividends, but there are too few people who can seize the dividends of their own. Think about the internet in 2000, the mobile internet in 2010, e-commerce, live e-commerce, Douyin, short videos, and opportunities keep slipping away from people's eyes. Why can't we catch them? Because we can't see them. Of course, this can't see is not visual, but cognitive. First, you have to be able to see in order to do it. Then, you just need to seize an opportunity, start your own project, show your skills, and you can also become the legend. You will find that making money is just a few years thing, and the wealth of the vast majority of people is created in 3 to